Hello, chat. Hope we're all having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. My day is going great. I just realized I forgot to open the fucking game before I swapped screens, which is unusual for me, but whatever. We're gonna be playing some video games today. Uh, it's such a good song. I mean, that song is all right. Its song is all right. I can't help but just think about Skyrim when I'm listening to that song. You know, that's all I hear. It's just Skyrim. And it's not like a bad thing. The Skyrim music is pretty all right. But it also just means that, like, for me, it's, I don't know, not stand out in any, like, serious way. Okay. Okay. We need to update the hell out of that. We're at 5 exits, I believe. And we left off at 2 hours, 48 minutes, 58 seconds. Or it's 48? I thought it was 44 minutes. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Just under 3 hours what we left at. Wait, what the hell? I just realized something. This level is called Siofra Falls, and that's a place in Elden Ring. Wow, and we just listened to Elden Ring music. This must be Destiny. But not the game Destiny, because that would be awful. That would just be fucking terrible. Yeah, we're gonna play some of this today, and then we're gonna play some Mega Man 4 afterwards, and hopefully not hate our lives. Hopefully. Who's to say? Who is to say? Finally, some background noise while you play the new WoW expansion. I'm praying for you. I just want you to know that. Anyway, let's get the hell going. I remember part of this level was... The very start of this level was a bit rough. What I mean, How is in the trenches with you? I'm praying for him too. Any of you WoW players out there, you're in my heart. I want you to know. Okay. This shit is immediately... I think I said this last time. Immediately, like... Immediately just gonna be very, sit up straight. Streamer, can you say hi to my friends? You can hear the stream on Discord. Hi, Lorelai's friends. I hope you're all not playing Apex together, but... I can't stop you if you are. It's not the trenches. You like the new expansion experience? Yeah, but you are still playing WoW. So, you know. WoW is the trenches to me. Yeah, this shit's gonna be rough today, I think. You are apexing? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think you need my prayer like the WoW players do, but you're in my thoughts. Who do y'all play in Apex? Although I guess you could name like a lot of characters and I wouldn't know them because I only played Apex for like the first 3 months. And anything after that is like gobbledygook to me, you know? Pathfinder and Maggie. Yeah, the only character I played was Pathfinder. Because I liked the extra movement stuff. shit is irritating. I wish I had like a half of a second more to get ready for this first jump. Damn it, that really didn't hit there? I thought that would. You know, Apex for me came out at a really strange time where like I wasn't playing other games like Counter-Strike, but I also wasn't, oh damn, didn't have like a solid group of friends to play with, so I ended up playing a little bit solo and then a little bit with like just a bunch of random people I didn't know very well, and that probably didn't help with my experience of like trying to enjoy the game, because randoms could be very hit or miss. Apex is how you and Hal became friends? Wow. Yeah, I didn't really make any new friends playing Apex. You've been playing Wraith and Valk today. And Rat played Ash and Catalyst. Yeah, none of these names. I know Pathfinder. That's it. I probably wouldn't even know the names of the other characters like that were at a part of the game when the game first came out. What am I doing there? What am I doing there? Ash is from Titanfall 2. I didn't play Titanfall. Or, that's not true. I played like an hour of the first Titanfall. I was like, nah, this is shit. Not for me. And ever since, never looked back, never cared to, like, try again. Despite one person in my life really dick riding at Titanfall 2, you know? Saying it's, like, the greatest thing ever. It didn't help that Titanfall 2 had a bunch of, like, security vulnerabilities at one point, right? Like, it was not safe to play the game on official servers. Or maybe even at all at one point, right? There were some really big security vulnerabilities, if I remember correctly, at one point. Yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing there. I'm assuming that I'm bouncing off of the bullet bill there to spawn the Koopa, and then going back to the left and bouncing off the Koopa. Yeah, that happened. Okay, so I'm not misremembering or like confusing it with another game. It feels like in the last 10 years there's just been an absolute ton of like massive security vulnerabilities in multiplayer games. Like what the hell? What in the hell's been going on with multiplayer games? Security is hard? Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Okay, that one didn't want to spawn. I guess I was maybe too close to the bullet bill dispenser. I know that's a thing where like if you're too close to them, they'll wait for you to step away to get space before they spawn the next bullet bill. Damn, it was too slow there. Too slow. I don't know why I tried to rush that then. The timing I've been doing typically there is fine. So y'all, I realized that if I want to do a marathon on the 10th of March like I did last year, that's like a week away. And I don't have anything planned. So if I want to do that, I'm gonna have to get into gear and like put some stuff together. You're streaming marathon? What the fuck? No, I would never touch that shit. I don't trust that company as far as I can throw them, and trust me, I got weak arms. No, I'm talking about the Mario Day marathon I did last year on March 10th. Rat, why are you sad? Are you sad because all the gaming creators of our past are now hot, terrible garbage? Why did I jump like that? And you can't trust Bungie, Bethesda. You can't trust any developer from like the peak of the 360 era anymore? Because they're all just making garbage. Making garbage, stealing assets, using AI. You still trust Todd Howard? I don't. Shit, why did I wait? You love his fashion. I don't trust Todd Howard because, like, I don't know, like, he hasn't given me any reason to trust him. Even before, when, like, games like Skyrim were new, right? I still had bad vibes about the guy. And in recent years, like, what have they done? Genuinely. They put out, what, Fallout 4, which was not interesting at all to me. Fallout 76, which is a hot garbage fire that they managed to make into just like a small smoldering like ash of a fire. They re-released Skyrim like 40 times. Oh, and there was Starfield, which yeah, Starfield isn't even worth mentioning because it's just so boring. Genuinely, what else have they done? What else has Todd Howard given us? They gave us a remake of Oblivion, which visually I find uninteresting. And we've seen literally nothing about the next Elder Scrolls. Oh, okay, that one's coming out of there. So I'm gonna have to bounce up off this one, probably like a half bounce or maybe even a small bounce, and then on this one and then onto this. Because I mean, it could be that I bounce off of this bullet bill, then land on this platform, try not to hit this, and then use that to bounce forward, but I don't know. What do you mean we have a 10-second trailer with the hills? Bro, we still don't even know where Elder Scrolls 6 is set. We still don't even know what part of the continent it's set in. We don't have a name. We don't have a setting. It's set in Skyrim. I would not be surprised if they did that again. If they were just like, guys, we're going back. We're going back again. Likely Hammerfell. And what makes you say this? Because I've talked to multiple different people about this now, and like the general idea is just like, well, it's probably this place based on vibes. We don't even have a title, which is crazy to me. Yeah, okay, I think I need to land on that platform and use the bullet bill jump. The environment they showed in that pointless trailer they showed for it. You mean like 6 years ago when they announced it or whatever? Or like, was there a recent trailer that had a bunch of hills? Hills are not like a super difficult thing to find in the world. Cryo redeemed, water the plant, so I'm gonna hydrate. I'm back at it with my sugar-free sparkling water, and it is delicious. Okay, that's definitely what I need to do. I don't know if that second one needed to spawn, though. What in the hell did Lorelei just do? What is that? What is that? What is up with Lorelei's message? Aren't I supposed to be banned, Mr. Streamerman? I'll see you in 20 minutes, bozo. I have the memory of a goldfish. You didn't have to remind me, but you did. You don't even see Lorelei's message thing? Something's going on with Lorelei's message on my end. So, got like a bunch of emotes and shit jumping behind it. Might just be OBS being broken, or Twitch being broken. What the fuck? And now she just posted an absolutely massive emote? How is that even possible? What is going on? Is Twitch testing out some new features I didn't hear about? How is that emote so massive? Or it's just this just one of those things that no one ever uses that's been here for a long time. That's not new? Okay, so I guess that's just one of the things that no one touches because, like, why? Those are some nice looking emotes, though. When they're blown up like that. pretty great. Pop? Yes. Yes. Is something wrong? It's 10 bits to do that? Okay, but I'm not seeing a bits notification on stream. Oh, because I have the minimum bits for notifications set to 50, I think. So, get bent. You can make your emotes big, but you're not gonna get a pop-up on stream for that. You can blame... Actually, no, Lorelei is also part of the problem. I was gonna say, you can blame Soul for that, but Lorelei is also part of the problem. That I had to set a minimum bits... minimum bits number to, like, either 50 bits or 100 bits or something like that. Okay, you're gonna go now and focus on ranked before you get yelled at. That's probably a good idea. If you're playing ranked in a game and people are trying to take it seriously, it's probably a good idea to, like, try. You know? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay, that shit comes at you very quickly. You need to immediately move. Okay, spin jump there. So I want to... No, I don't think I can land up on top there. That's probably just a platform for the spiny. And then probably just stall on top of the bullet bills with the spin jump as long as I can. Okay, yeah, I need to bounce on the spiny twice. Okay, that's easy. That's easy. So y'all, just so we all know, I'll mention this again at the end of the stream, but there will be a bonus Elden Ring stream tomorrow. And then I don't know if there will be a stream on Wednesday. I'll kind of figure that out as I go. But since Fing's build is next, and he has tomorrow off, that's when we're gonna do his build. That's good because Rat just posted her build. Cool. I was gonna say, and then after that, like, I don't have anything prepared, but no, I have Rats to do as well. Shit, this is gonna be... Oh my lord, what the fuck is going on there? Okay. Are you spawn? After this one, here we go. Am I supposed to spin jump on this? I think I might be spin jumping on this. I'm probably spin jumping on that, but that looks... I'm intimidated by that. all of the builds are assembled. Although you should probably double check to make sure I have everything. Yes, you should do that. Kraken, why did you notate that as a question? I don't know if you're home from your first day of work. Also, hi. Are you home from your first day of work? Are you that confused? You're tired? That's fair enough. If it was your first day of work and you're home now, it's expected to be tired, right? Physically or mentally or both. Okay, the timing of this is going to be a pain. I think what I'm going to need to do for that bean segment is what we'll call it, the green bean segment, is go and with a timing so that I am at my peak of the bounce as the bullet bill is coming out. That way I have plenty of time to bait out the how do I put it? Plenty of time to bait out the spinning one with the fucking plant on its head. Nope, that is... I don't know why I did that. Damn it. Come back. Come back. Oh wait, that's a regular jump it says right there. Okay, so maybe I don't need to spin jump. Yeah, it would make sense to spin jump, because if I'm spin jumping and landing on the bullet bill that's up here, and then, no, I don't think it makes sense to spin jump. So much information on day one of training? Yeah. Training is obviously necessary for any sort of job you're gonna do, right? But oftentimes it just feels like, okay, so I'm gonna go here. Oftentimes it feels like a situation where it's like I'm never gonna retain any of this. I'm just gonna have to learn while doing, you know? Okay, waiting. Didn't get enough height there. That's why you bring a notebook to write things down to remember stuff these days. Though you write slow, I also write pretty slowly. I was talking yesterday about how, like, if I do another big open world game on stream like Elden Ring, I'm gonna have to have notes with me. The last job I trained for, it was kind of strange, but I think I prefer it this way. They didn't train me. They just had me work, right? The person I was working with gave me a brief, like, rundown of what we were supposed to be doing, and then we just did it. And, like, she corrected mistakes as time went on. And I kind of just, over the course of the first, like, 2 shifts, I figured out exactly how things were supposed to be done. And we kind of winged it. And I kind of liked it like that. At first, it was very stressful. But I don't do a very good job of learning from seeing, you know? Okay, then I spin jump there. Cool. I need to do. I'm a very hands-on learner, is what I would say. Damn, didn't have enough speed, but that's definitely what I'm doing right there. Cool. The way I would put it is that, like, if you want me to learn by just telling me what to do, you're gonna have to tell me what to do, like, 4 or 5 times, maybe more. But if you just let me do it, I'll figure it out in, like, 1 or 2 goes. Right? Like, just have me attempt to do the thing, correct me on the things that I'm not doing right, and then I'll fix it. Damn it. Damn it. I didn't wait long enough. I'm unfortunately also the type that just, like, I forget stuff pretty often. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? There's no other platform for me to land on there, so I'm assuming what's going to happen here is that this donut platform is going to drop down, and as it's falling, I'm going to hit this switch, and a bullet bill will just conveniently place itself directly under me, or, like, in a spot where I can land on it, right? So either I'll jump at an arc like this, or jump and just go down directly. But what does the switch even do for me? But yeah, the perfect example of, like, the way that I learn is when I'm watching a YouTube tutorial for anything, right? Like, say, this is a YouTube tutorial for how to set up OBS. I can watch that tutorial video 6 times through, but if I am not sitting there at my computer, also trying to set the things up step by step as it's going along, I am not going to remember any of it. Shit. I didn't stop my momentum fast enough. That's fine. This level is pretty chill. I didn't really love the first part of this level, but the rest of it has been pretty great. Ah, damn it. I mistimed that. My brain just wasn't on there. Oh, so y'all, I'm continuing my my reread through of One Piece, right? And I just finished up Fishman Island and started up Punk Hazard, right? And I'm just immediately remembering why, like, this is my favorite part of One Piece. I really like the Fishman Island stuff. I know a lot of people don't, but I really like the Fishman Island stuff, especially the way it ends. And then Punk Hazard is just immediately like, I don't know, the peak of One Piece for me. We've got weirdo characters like Caesar in there, but like, his design isn't so ugly that I can't stand looking at him. And cool guys like Law, who is easily my favorite character. More Netflix stuff happens on the 10th. Wow, I can't believe they would do that on Mario Day. Don't they know they should be putting out Mario content on Mario Day? Careful of spoilers. Oh no, I won't spoil anything. I'm not gonna give any details, right? Just like broad strokes. But yeah. And coming up after Punk Hazard is actually my favorite arc in the series. So that'll be great. And then after that comes some of my other favorite stuff in the series, like I cannot wait to reread Whole Cake Island. I'm kind of dreading rereading Wano, but maybe it'll be better a second time through. Your favorite is Water 7? Water 7's pretty good. But, unfortunately, for some reason, on my mobile Reddit app, I know it's all terrible words that'll come after this, right? But occasionally I kill time on Reddit, right? Occasionally. And for whatever reason, I cannot get rid of these shit posts. I can't like block or mute any Reddit communities on my phone for some reason. And there's just one really, really shitty One Piece community that just keeps popping up and I can't get rid of it. Called Pirate Folk, and it's just filled with the most cynical, uninterested One Piece readers of all time, and it's just every post I see on that community is them complaining about something like, oh, why is One Piece so ugly, etc. Like, it's just all awful. How can you be a cynical One Piece fan? Exactly. I'm over here having my reread through and being like, man, this is better than I remember. And I remember it being good. Right? So far, there's really been very few, like, things that were, like, boring or uninteresting to me. But the people on that Reddit just fucking hate life. So many series have folk credits, and it's really just people who want to be counterculture or something. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like people just go there just to, like, I don't know, confirm their bias against something or whatever. Or maybe even just, like, make shit up to, like, upset people. Okay, that's what that was. Cool. Cool. But yes. Punk Hazard is where I'm at right now. I'm in the middle of it. It's honestly, it's so great. It's wonderful. I love it. And I was expecting on my reread, so a lot of people talk about how, like, awful Fishman Island is. I was expecting my reread to, like, understand, or at least, like, get where those people are coming from, and I just don't. I don't get it. Fishman Island was nice. It was a continuation of some of the stuff that we've seen from previous parts of One Piece with, like, interesting stakes and, like, it just felt good. Good characters were in that arc. The main villain was kind of whatever, but, like, the whole point of that main villain wasn't that he was, like, a big serious threat. It's that he was just willing to go to extreme lengths for whatever the hell he's trying to accomplish. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Auto-scroller? Shit. You did not like Sanji in that arc? Oh, well. Sanji is one of the best and one of the worst characters at the same time. The Erie's loop around these woods. Okay. Okay, so that is not in the background. That's in the foreground. This stage is confusing me. There's stuff in the background and the foreground, and I'm confused. What was the arc that is the time skip? You mean right before or right after? Because right after, the first serious arc is Fishman Island. I'm confused here. But yeah, part of the reason I'm excited for Whole Cake Island is because in that arc, Sanji's at his best. And part of the reason I don't, like, hate Fishman Island Sanji is because he's just mostly, like, non-existent. He's mostly just knocked out. The arc before the time skip, that was like the, what do they call it? I've always just referred to it as the war arc, but what is that whole arc called? I don't remember what that arc is called. Fucking, I'm confused by what I'm doing here, you know? Obviously, I'm supposed to get up there and hit the switch, but how do I get up there? Maybe I don't. Maybe I just bounce off the thing. Can I get in a fight from you? I can't. I'm confused. This level's confusing me. Whole Cake is like your favorite arc. Whole Cake might be my favorite arc as well. I'm gonna have to reread it, but it's either Whole Cake or the one with Don Quixote, Do Flamingo. Okay, this is fucking... I genuinely don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yeah, I guess that does look like I can make that jump, so I guess that's what I'm going to try to do. Your favorite is either Whole Cake or Ennis Lobby. Ennis, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I've never heard it word. Ennis Lobby. Let's see. I like Impel Down. I like Whole Cake. There's just too many. There's too many. I've talked about in the past how I really like the first arc that I really like is fucking Arlong Park. Alabasta is really good, it's true. Alabasta is like when One Piece really hits its full stride. Okay, there we go. No, I didn't mean to hit it twice. Okay. I'm trying to remember the name of the arc that comes, the arc with Doflamingo. What is the name of that arc? Okay, so there, what I'm doing is, can I jump? Am I doing a loop around this, or am I going down from here? That's what I'm trying to figure out mentally. Spin jump there. Dressrosa, thank you. Yes, that's the arc. Okay. Okay, so this is like rooms. That won't be too bad then if it's a bunch of like challenge rooms. Okay, so spin jump from there to bounce off of that. I don't mind challenge rooms. Challenge rooms are nice. So long as I don't have to do multiple of them in a row. Okay, and then you bounce off of that, land on that. And I guess you probably bounce again to go up here, and then yes, okay, cool. I think part of the reason I like Dressrosa so much is, I mean, obviously I said Law is my favorite character, and he plays a big part in that. But also it was the arc that was current when I started reading One Piece. And that was kind of like it was a big deal to me when I got to it and finished reading it. Your favorite One Piece characters in Wano? Oh, I wonder who that could be. Is it everyone's favorite character from Wano? Is it the litmus test of characters from One Piece? For anybody who doesn't know, there's a character that was introduced in the Wano arc of One Piece that is, I won't spoil anything about them, but let's just say, if you know someone that really hates that character, you should maybe be suspicious of their behavior. Because a certain group of people really like hating on that character. You're so interested to have an opinion on this character all of a sudden. Because the likelihood of you disliking a One Piece character is high. Well, even if you disliked this character... I very much doubt you would dislike them for the same reasons as some other people. Let's put it that way. What am I doing in this room? Are you allowed to say it because of Wano? I don't know if... So I know Fing is a One Piece enjoyer as well, but I don't know where he is in terms of his arc. So I would just say to err on the side of caution here and say no. Wano is still a fairly recent arc, right? There's just hasn't been that much going on since the end of Wano. Fing's way earlier. Yeah, I don't know where Fing is in terms of progress. You know of this character vaguely? You can talk about them? Okay. The character I'm referring to is Yamato. The community has some bad actors in it that really hate this character because of who... Let me try and get this correct. It's been so long since I read Wano. Who he is? Which, I mean, it's just such a shitty thing to, like, have these people not been paying attention to One Piece for the last 30 years, right? That they've suddenly turned on this character of all characters? Did these people not read Impel Down? Right? Okay, so I throw that up, bounce, grab it again, chuck it at that thing. Okay. No, no! But yes, it's a queer character. And some people are really bigoted against this character, and it's wild to me. I've seen some people talk like valid reasons for disliking the character, and that's fine. But a majority of the people I've seen complaining about Yamato is just like, ew, trains. Which is just fucked. It's like they haven't been paying attention and like looking at the stuff that Oda has been writing since the 90s. Shit. Being bigoted while watching One Piece, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What am I doing there? What am I doing there? Do I just immediately go to the right? No, no. Soul, now is not the place to talk about this. That post is incredibly long, and I can't quite, like... I can't give you an in-depth response on stream like this. If you have an issue you would like to discuss, feel free to DM me. That would be a better place to talk about it. I threw that up way too early. Think your favorite from Wano is the main antagonist? He's like fine to me. I don't hate him or anything. I don't think he's a bad antagonist. It's just... I don't know, for me the conflicts going on in Wano just last too long for me to care that much. You know? Flamingo will always be your favorite antagonist. See, Rat gets it. Rat gets it. Okay. You like the antagonist because you think they're just rat as hell and they look sick. That's fair enough. That's totally cool. Okay. Okay, this segment is faster paced than the other ones. I just like I like Doflamingo because he's the perfect foil for the characters in that arc, right? And he's been sort of, by that point, he's been in the background doing stuff for a very long time, right? Aesthetically, they're like your favorite, outside of like some of the good guys, but that's not fair. Yeah, I agree, that is not fair. Oda has a way of drawing characters where it's like a lot of the time the good guys, I don't want to say they have more like care put into them, but he's trying harder to make them appealing, whereas some of the antagonists like Big Mom are just like, no, just draw her to be interesting rather than appealing. Now, if we're talking least favorite antagonists, Big Mom is up there for me. I don't like her design. I don't like her character. Nothing about Big Mom to me that's like, yeah, cool. Okay. Now, her arc is good, right? It's just her as a character, not that interesting to me. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough, y'all. This one's gonna be rough, I can tell. Yeah, this one's gonna be really rough. The way this is scrolling is difficult to tell what I'm even supposed to be doing right away. Katakuri was the true cool antagonist of Whole Cake. I don't remember who that is, if I'm being quite honest. Not because I don't think you're right. You're probably right, but just because the name... Whole Cake was the first arc that I read, like, as it was coming out, so the names are all a blur to me. Donut Spot? No, see, now you're making even less sense to me. He's the guy with the fur scarf. Nope, not ringing any bells. Pink and purple. I read it. I didn't watch it, so the pink purple hair thing doesn't help at all. His hair is colorless, black and white. I'll just look him up. Okay. Obviously, that'll help jog my memory. Oh, that guy with the like the teeth and the Joker face, you know. For anybody who's curious, let me just put him on the screen here, you know. This guy. Oh, it disappeared. Why did he appear for one moment and then disappear immediately? OBS, what the hell? This image? He deemed us unworthy. This image is apparently from the Villains fandom, because apparently that's a thing. Where the hell did it save to? I hate you so much sometimes. I hate you so much sometimes, Google. Why did you save to my VODs tab? Why did you save to my VODs tab? Fucking absolute nonsense. This guy. Yeah, okay, he's definitely the true real antagonist, the cool antagonist of Whole Cake Island. He's like the problem they have to deal with for the most part. Anyway. What doing? We're playing Mario and talking about One Piece. 'Cause that's what I do with my time now. Ooh, I was not expecting to get through that. That is an awful trident design. I've seen worse. Oh, supposed to spin jump there, and that one would have made it too. Oh, shit. I was supposed to spin jump there. I was supposed to spin jump there. That's progress. Cool. Spin jump. You know, there's something about One Piece that I never gave any thought, right? But One Piece is structured very well, right, as a series. But if you read into it a little bit, some of the stuff going on in the world just doesn't really make any sense. You know? Specifically, the stuff I'm talking about is the stuff regarding, like, hockey. H-A-K-I, for anybody that doesn't know, not hockey like the sport. Right? All of the stuff regarding hockey is, like, very strange. Because this is, like, oh, shit. Like, a very important, very, like, world-changing technique. And people seemingly just don't even know that it exists unless they're unless they're in the Red Line, specifically the New World part of the Red Line, which is weird. Why does the world function like that? Why would being born in, like, East Blue or West Blue just be like, nah, you're never gonna learn about this shit? Why would that function like that in the world? Oh, cool. Cool. That level was fun. But yeah, after the time skip, right, Luffy goes out of his way to learn hockey, but then it's just sort of like, no, these other guys on your team also just know it now. I guess because you need to be strong enough to know it, and since you can only go through the Grand Line one way, it never reaches some of the spots. That's also something that's kind of nonsensical. It's just like the way the Grand Line works. But like that, I'm willing to give that a pass because...
I can't believe you've done this.
Thank you for the resub, Cryo. I'm willing to give, like, the Grand Line and, like, the way the oceans function a pass because, like, it's mostly, like, magical bullshit, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. This is gonna be a rough one. I can tell. Immediately, I can tell. Yeah, okay. But yeah, the structure of One Piece's world, like, it's kind of nonsense, but I can give it a pass. Because it's to the benefit of the story. Oh, I needed to spin. Because it keeps the reader guessing. But all the stuff with hockey, just looking back on it, is like, it feels kind of like a last minute, not well thought out, not planned sort of thing. Which, hey, that's shonen, right? That's how that shit works. They write like the first 20 chapters or whatever ahead of time, and then everything after that, they're winging it. That's how you get shitty finales like the Naruto finale. There have been a series of shorts in my feed recently where it's just one guy in Japan looking for someone to sell him a figure of Kaguya, the final boss from Naruto. And it's like a 20-part series where it's just like he's in these Japanese shops that sell anime figures, right? In Japan, and he cannot find the main big bad of Naruto. Which just goes to show you how, like, well, in air quotes, how poorly that shit was put together. And how big the fumble was at the very end. Nope, I'm supposed to land on this, so just jump, like, is that gonna give me enough space? That might not give me enough space, I don't know. Last big bad, I mean, it's revealed that, like, hey, she planned it all along, this was all according to, like, exactly what she had foreseen or whatever, so I would call her the main big bad. I wouldn't say she's a good big bad, right? I think she's awful, and I think her design isn't particularly interesting to look at. And the fight against her was, like, incredibly uninteresting. But yeah, I feel sorry for that guy because I'm positive that figures of Kaguya exist, but he seems to be having a very hard time trying to track one down. But reverse sexy jutsu Bob. I mean, that bit was funny. But, damn it. Why am I not getting enough height for that? I guess I probably am getting just enough height, but I'm not positioning myself properly. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay. That is what I need to do right there. Why did I do that? Oh, he slows down a hell of a lot right there. Okay, I need to focus up because I'm making really, like, silly mistakes. Okay, is that a checkpoint? Wow, it is. Oh, okay. So these are gonna transform as well. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, not sure I'm gonna love this portion of the level, but it is interesting. Okay. It is nice that I get to start this level at my own pace, though. Or start this segment of the level at my own pace. I don't have to immediately go, I can take a moment. Damn. Damn. Yeah, this is gonna be... I'm gonna have to, like, mess around to figure out the best way to go about this part right here. Oh. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know, since I brought up Naruto, right, now I'm just thinking about all these different stories I've read over my life that, like, didn't have good endings, or didn't have interesting endings, and how few and far between it is to get an ending that's actually, like, good and satisfying. You know? I spent a lot of time in my youth reading things like Naruto or Bleach, right? That just had, like, really, really, really bad endings. In the case of Naruto and Bleach, right? In the case of Bleach, it had been bad for a very long time when it ended. And in the case of Naruto, like, the final arc was just not well put together. But I mean, that doesn't make the sting hurt any less. Endings are so hard, I agree. The ending is the hardest part of a story to write. Why am I not throwing that like that? Yeah, the ending of a story is the hardest part to write, especially if you're writing, like, serialized weekly, like all of these mangaka are, right? The author of One Piece has taken, like, in the last 20 years, like, 2 or 3 long-term breaks, and those long-term breaks weren't actually that long, right? They were, like, a month. Shit. I have to throw that... This part's gonna be tricky because the second I throw that block, it turns into a spiny, right? second I throw that block into the spinning block, it turned into a spiny, and that's gonna hurt me. I don't know. I just feel like because of the format of the things that I read, like I mostly read manga, and I occasionally read like some novels. I'm gonna end up in my life reading so many more things that have endings that are just lackluster. You know? What? Also, these days things are not allowed to end. That's also true. I was honestly surprised when My Hero Academia ended, because I was like, oh, I thought they'd keep that going for like 15, 20 years, you know? Same thing with the Jujutsu Kaisen, right? That ended not too long ago, and I was like, wow. I thought that was gonna go on forever. But they can't compete with One Piece as far as like just keep going, right? One Piece is one of the longest ongoing things ever that has like an actual story, right? It's not episodic. And these other stories, they can't keep up. Shit. Oda's a magical man. It's true. I have immense respect for him, even though I don't particularly like his art. It's a strange thing that I like One Piece as much as I do, despite the fact that I just genuinely cannot stand its art style. And it's not to say that, like, things can't look nice in One Piece. It's just the general, like, character design and the way things are drawn that I don't like. But, that being said, even Oda really honestly shouldn't be writing in this way, right? You should have more breaks. You should have more time to plan things out. Yeah. He is an anomaly that he's been able to keep going like this for as long as he has. But unfortunately, he seems to have... Okay, I'm not gonna blame him. Unfortunately, there seems to be a precedent set, right? When it comes to the way that they have to keep writing. And his success hasn't done anything to, like, change the status quo. Not his fault, though. He's just an artist that's trying to, like, to draw and to make it in the world. Okay, I see what I need to do there. It's gonna be a little bit frantic in that spot. I'm really curious what, like, the mindset behind a lot of these artists who work on one thing for so long is. It's gotta be, to some degree, demoralizing to only be able to, like, work on this one thing for, like, your whole life. It's gotta be especially heartbreaking for the ones where, like, they work on this one thing for, you know, 10 years, 20 years, and then the next thing that they work on, right, like, Kishimoto, the Naruto author, right? He tried to do something immediately after, well, not immediately, a few years after Naruto ended, and like it didn't take off. It was something he had been planning and wanting to do for a long time, and like just didn't get any traction. That has to be like soul crushing, right? Has to be soul crushing, and the fact that his like the continuation of his other series that's written by someone else is still going is probably like, you know, icing on the cake as far as that goes. Striking lightning twice is very hard to do. But that would be very hard to go through, yeah. In Kishimoto's case, right, there was something, I don't remember, it's like Samurai 7 or something, right? I don't remember what it was called. It was something that he had been planning and talking about wanting to write for a while. Right, and the influences of it very clearly even snuck into the end of Naruto, right, with all the space stuff. All the space stuff and the cyber tech stuff, right? But then it just didn't take off. It was kind of the same thing for like Akira Toriyama, but to a lesser degree because he wasn't a one-trick pony. He had written something successful before Dragon Ball, and while Dragon Ball was happening, he was working on things like Dragon Quest. There was space and cyber stuff in Naruto. Yes, at the end of Naruto and well into Boruto, there is like space stuff, aliens, cyber tech, right? Lots of that stuff is all throughout Naruto at the end. And that was... Kishimoto was on record talking about how, like, that's the sort of story he wanted to write next. Was something sci-fi. Something future-y. But yeah, that space future stuff is like the reason I won't go read Boruto, no matter how many times my youngest brother tells me that he loves it. No matter how many times someone shows me a really cool looking fight, I will not read Boruto because it's just like I do not care about the space alien like moon stuff. Cool, cool. What in the fuck? Angel finished Boruto out of spite, and he said it got real bad. Also, hi, Maddie. Boruto's finished? What? Is Boruto over? That's something I didn't know. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do there. Wait, do I? No, I think I do. I'm supposed to take the dinosaur all the way with me, I think. Yes, I take the dinosaur with me. Okay, yes, then I bounce. Okay, cool. Then I bounce off of him. Cool. I guess the first part of Boruto. Oh, is Boruto split into like Boruto and Boruto Shippuden? That sort of deal. Why is that such a common thing in Shonen, for there to just be a time skip or whatever? I guess because it's hard to, like, make time pass in a story like that naturally. One of the things I appreciated about My Hero Academia is that it didn't have a time skip. Right? It doesn't go, wow, look, it's 4 years later and look at everyone now, right? That's something that pisses me off in stories. It's like... it's the story telling you that, like, hey guys, guess what? I couldn't think of anything important that happened in these years, but I wanted my character to get a power-up out of nowhere. Spoiled? What do you mean spoiled? How? You're literally on the last season. You think between what you've seen from the previous season and this season, there would be a fucking time skip? Thankfully, you always hated Naruto. For a long while, Naruto was like one of my favorite things, but it just got to be too poorly put together, right? Like, for a while it felt like there was a plan, but then sometime into Shippuden's like, okay, no, there's not a plan here, you're just fucking winging it. You're just making shit up on the fly. And then the way it ends is just like not interesting at all. All of the protagonists at the end, the way they try to redeem certain characters, just not interesting. But hey, it could be worse. Something like Fairy Tail started bad and ended bad, so... and something like Bleach started really strong and ended like so terribly bad. Oh, fuck me. Okay, so I need to... that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. I need to throw the shell up, bounce off of the spiny, because I'm not gonna get enough height without it, get over this, and bounce on this, all within enough time that this thing is high enough so that I can land on this platform. Redeeming characters by going, oh, it's just them, but eviler was really stupid. Yeah. It should... and then redeeming other characters by being like, well, you see, it's not his fault. He was meant to be this way from the very beginning. He's the descendant of fuckface from the moon. Ugh. The worst parts about Naruto are all the times when Kishimoto is just like, look, This was just Naruto, but not Naruto from before. Right? When he's like, look, it's Hashirama, who was the Naruto of his generation, and then his son was the Naruto of that generation, and so on and so. It's just like, bro, stop. And then at the end of that, he didn't even have the gall, right? To like, how do I put this? He didn't even have the balls to like commit to the idea that the next generation is taking over the mantle, right? Because characters like Guy still just do all the work, and poor little Rock Lee just stuck being a nobody while his teacher just fucking actually kicks ass. Right, that series has great moments where like Naruto fights Pain, and it's supposed to be like a passing of the buck from one generation to the next. And then moments where it's like, don't pass the buck, who cares? That other guy, he's unimportant. In Boruto or Naruto? I have not read a single chapter of Boruto, so I have no clue what the hell is going on in Boruto. To me, Boruto is like fanfiction. It doesn't exist. It's made by someone else. It's about characters that are like... It's about a character named Boruto who's just like... word salad version of Naruto. You know? I bring this up every single time. Every single time I talk about Boruto. Right? Why is it called Boruto? His name is Bolt. His name is Bolt. His name is not Boruto. His name is Bolt. He's supposed to be like the Yellow Flash, right? In Japanese, that name works perfectly. In English, it doesn't. So they had to just be like, just say it as if you're a Japanese person. Yeah, but in my life, I've read dozens and dozens of shonen at this point, shonen manga. Dozens, maybe even hundreds of manga in general, right? And I can think of like maybe 5 total that had like good endings. Good being like just satisfying to read. How do you feel about the Hellsing ending? I don't remember the Hellsing ending. I don't remember disliking it, but it's been a long time since I've gone through Hellsing. So, off the top of my head, the things that I've read that I think had good endings were like... Oh, I'm supposed to throw it up again? Shit. But yeah, the things I've read that had, like, good endings. There's Soul Eater, which I think had a pretty good ending. It's not like a mind-blowing ending, but it's just, like, very standard, but in a way that makes sense and works. There was Full Metal Alchemist, which has a great ending, except there's one thing at the very end I dislike, and that's the time skip forward. I don't like that shit. I don't like when stories are like, and here's them 45 years later. I hate that. I'd rather that just not be a thing. Right? Let's see. Trigun has a pretty good ending. Fire Force has a pretty good ending, though it has the same problem as... It has the same problem as Full Alchemist, where it's like, and here's them 10 years later. Right? I don't like that. I don't like the 10 years later shit. If that shit's important, just like work your way towards it naturally. Don't just skip to it. How do I feel about the Bebop ending? Bebop's ending is pretty good. I just wish... So when I was first watching Bebop, I knew that there was a movie. And so I watched the show and then watched the movie, and it was unfortunate to me that, like, I got baited into thinking the movie was, like, a post-ending type movie. But no, it's just like a middle of the series. Shit, dude. You hate Fire Force for one specific reason. The show would be infinitely better if it weren't for that one thing. I think you and Maddie have the same problem. But, I don't know. To me, that character's like, whatever. She has a reason for existing, and I think the reason is fine. But let's see, what else off the top of my brain just like has like a good ending? I liked the My Hero Academia ending, but like I won't give any details about that because Hao's in here and he hasn't finished it. Well, he plans on finishing it soon. Let's see. I swear, there was something else. There was something else that, like, immediately pops into my mind when I think of, like, good endings. Your issue with her is not specifically her. It's her age and when it's happening to her. That's a fight you're not gonna win when it comes to anime. You just gotta either stop caring or move on with your life. Functionally, those characters are adults. Functionally, those characters are full-grown ass adults. But I understand where you're coming from. It's so disappointing, to be honest. But I mean, it's par for the course, right? Like, those sorts of things... Those sorts of things exist in, like, manga because they're, like, almost mandated in, right? I don't think we're at the days of, like... I don't think we're still at the days in manga where, like, panty shots are, like, a quota you have to meet. But, like, certain editors and certain magazines will absolutely push for those things to be present and prevalent. And at least Fire Force as a story has an excuse in canon for why these things are happening. Granted, you have to get, like, to the ending to get the reasoning, and it's a reasoning that, like, it makes sense. Is it something I like? No, it's something I dislike about the series, but it's, like, something I just, like, It rolls off my shoulder. I am not upset by it in any way. It's a shit excuse in your opinion? I mean, if that's a bad excuse, then there's literally no excuse in your mind for anything like that to ever exist. And if that's the case, then, like, you just gotta stop worrying about it. Why does it have to be her and not Hibana? Well, okay, well, starters, if it was Hibana, I would very much prefer that. That's my favorite character in Fire Force. I love that character. She's great. But it just is. It just is. That's why. It just is. You have to get over the fact that, like, the primary audience for this stuff is younger people. Yeah, I needed to grab that right away. Shit. No! Anyway. You're fighting a losing battle with a nation that is obsessed with youth because of their declining the declining population of their the ever-rising age of their the population. What the fuck? Am I not hitting those dudes? Oh, I guess I'm not hitting them. I'm supposed to be bouncing to hit them. Okay. This is an interesting way to do this. Oh, and I also have a pretty tight timer, 40 seconds. Oh, shit. Okay. What I'm going to do here is grab this, throw it, immediately jump, hit them, and then just do this. I have plenty of time to hit all of them, I think. Let's just do this. Damn. Shit. Oh, is there 5 of them, not 4 of them? Shit. Yeah, there seems to be 5, not 4. This is not good. Okay, cool, I got it. I say it's not with 1 second to spare, hell yeah. I didn't even notice that. That was incredibly tight. Holy hell. Blue Moon Palace. I think we'll do one more, depending on how long this takes. We might stop midway. Oh no. Am I supposed to... My guess is that I'm not supposed to, yeah. Not supposed to grab that. Till I'm jumping like this. There's no way that's it, right? Okay. Confusing. Ooh. Why does this sound like a city pop song? Is this 1980s Japanese city pop? I need an expert to tell me if this is city pop. Maddie, are you in here? Is this a song you recognize? I think it is. Oh, I need the key for that. Wait, do I need the key for there, or do I need to keep going? Okay, I might need to keep the key and keep going. Yeah, because... wait, no. Grab the key. You dummy. It's this part right here that makes me think City Pop, right? This sounds like it could very easily just be like synth over a vocal. I need to listen to more City Pop, but like I don't have the time to be listening to music anymore. My life is too busy to do anything but play video game. That's it, play video game. Oh, I'm dumb. I don't even need to be doing the hard thing there. The one from key grab. Jump. And hang out with friend. Yes, exactly. Play video game, hang out with friend. Damn it. The key is still there. The keyhole is still there. I didn't even think about that. I thought because we were transitioning screens that it was gone. Well, okay, there's in fact... Do I need the key? I feel like I need the key, but also, like... Yeah, I need the key, otherwise why would the keyholes be there to bait me out? Oh boy. Shit. Oh, I see what I'm doing there. Okay. I throw the key to hit that block. Okay. I don't need to bounce with the key. I was thinking I was going to do something much more complicated than that, and just like throw the key upward to hit the block on my way up, and then re-grab it and keep going. No. This is a vibe. I really hope that in the future I see more more Mario hacks with City Pop in them. Can someone put a Miki Matsubara song in Mario, please? I'm sliding a lot more, like my momentum keeps going through that transition way more than I'm expecting it to. Oop. No, no! Oh, I never finished my thought, right? I never finished my thought about the endings of things. I think in my life, I'm gonna read like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of endings that I don't like, and maybe like a dozen or two endings that I actually really like. Endings are incredibly difficult to actually like do well, right? And I think that's a part of the reason why the Game of Thrones books still aren't finished, is because like Mr. Martin, George R.R. Martin, just doesn't have anything actually planned, or whatever he's planned, just he doesn't have confidence in it. Scared to end them. Yeah. There's a Persona 2 song, by the way. Well, hell. I guess I was a little bit off, but like, damn. Not a city pop song, but it definitely gives city pop vibes, so... It's funny to me that Maddie recognizes the Persona 1 and Persona 2 music, despite the fact that Maddie's never played Persona 1 or 2. In fact, Maddie's never finished a Persona game because he purchased Persona 5 when it came out in 2019 or whatever, and then didn't finish it. And he probably hates that I'm bringing that up right now, because that's something I bring up every opportunity I get. Because he was really enjoying the game, and then he was just like, eh. Okay, well, we're gonna... Persona 2 has a banging OST.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh. I'll look at that in a moment. Wherever that was, thank you very much, though. Are you kidding me? Big Fan gifted a tier 1 sub to Dogmatics. They've gifted... Oh, that number hurts. Stop, I'm not reading that number out loud. They've gifted too many subs. Holy... No, stop it. That's... Oh. You're not sure you'll finish Persona 4 Golden even though you're on the last dungeon? I mean, you should finish it, though. That's a game with a good ending. I like the ending of that game. In fact, I like the ending of every Persona game that I have played. Wait, how many was it? You don't know the number? It's a lot. It's too many. What? Fuck me. Fuck me. Yeah, we might not be finishing this level today. This might be a, like... come back to it next Monday type level. Because I do want to play some Mega Man 4, right? My brain is having a hard time functioning at the moment. Yeah, okay, so I just throw that there. I bounce off of this one time I do a regrab. That's all I need. Listen, you have a problem with finishing things? I know. I feel sorry for your partner. Heyo! Got him. You're interested to see if it's as bad as the last two have been? Listen, you mean as bad as the first and the third, okay? If we're talking about the last two Mega Man games, okay? Mega Man 2 was fantastic. But yes, the last two that we played on stream were... not a good time. No! Mega Man 2 fucks hard. It's true. It does. Okay, I'm giving this a few more attempts. If we make some progress, we might keep going. But if not, off to Mega Man 4 with us. I hate that shit right there. That shit right there is annoying. It didn't need to be a muncher in that spot. Yeah, I jumped too early that time. You'd think going as fast as possible is the move there, but it's not, because you need to, shit. You need to time it so that you can bounce off the piranha plant and not hit the muncher above it. Right, you need to have enough space to do that. My hands got confused. Okay, yeah. Let's say when that timer says 4 hours 45 minutes is when we will stop. Hey, we made some progress. Cool. Oh, fuck me. How am I supposed to... I have to throw that up. I have to throw the key up right before I land on the platform while it's like right here. Then grab it again. That is annoying. I should say toss up. I should stop saying throw up, because I don't know, that might make someone uncomfortable, right? And I would hate to do that. I would hate to make someone uncomfortable. Also gives How excuses to use that emote, and I hate that fucking emote. What? I'm an idiot. Okay. No. Okay, this is probably my last attempt. Okay, never mind, I died really quickly. Yep, okay. We're gonna stop the timer at 4:45 and 10. I'll have to remember that for next time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna set up Mega Man 2 and let this sort of just play in the background at the moment. I'm gonna bring this up every time I have to do this, but I hate how Mega Man in English, it has space in between Mega Man. I mean, I guess I hate how the games are called Mega Space Man instead of just Mega Man, one word, right? It would be much cleaner to look at if it was not 2 words. Okay, and then we go ahead and we open up Mega Man Legacy Collection. We hit F12 to hit the scene transition button. And then we hit F3 for the variety game.